Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel and welcome back to Tazewell County, Illinois. I'm glad to have you back here and I'm also glad to sort of be back in the saddle doing some recordings and playing Farm Sim 17. It has been about a week since I have actually sat down and played the game and we're just basically going to move this seed auger trailer back around over here, and we'll throw it in this barn for right now. Today is here in the virtual world. Today is Sunday, and we are back from church and everything. The boys have the day off, and so we are just basically going to do a few things here around the farm. We are going to tend to at least our pigs this afternoon and possibly do a little bit of cultivation, getting things ready for our next planting session, which will begin tomorrow. On Monday we will be starting our soybean planting. As you can kind of see here, our corn is coming up quite nicely. Our wheat is also looking good, and our grass is looking good as well. And of course we are in late spring, the 7th game day of spring. We are playing 9 game days per season, and again, I'm very glad to have you all back here. And again, like I said, it's been about a week, maybe even 10 days since I have actually played Farm Sim 17. I've had a few PC challenges. I've got a Windows 10 update that will not take on this machine, and even though I work in IT for a living, I'm probably one of those examples of, you know, where you have like a automobile mechanic that works on cars for a living and does fantastic work for everyone else, but he tends to drive around sort of the jalopy and everything. And that is sort of maybe the way that I could maybe describe things for myself, is that oftentimes my systems and everything that I use are often a little, well, how should I put it, a little running a bit sloppy or whatever. And let's see if we can get in there like that. We'll fill this up. I don't think it will take very much. And we could also get pig food out over there as well. And let's just go ahead and I tell you what, stop it there, because I really don't know how much pig food these guys are going to take. And I don't want to make this entire episode about tending to the animals, so we are just going to kind of quickly get in here and get the pigs fed, at least, because they are kind of really low on all areas, and then get their productivity and everything up. And it looks like it took, that's good enough. We'll call that good. And let's see, silage and hay pellets, power food. I tell you what, I will do. We'll do the cows. We'll do the cows off camera. Let's see if I can turn this corner here in the little John Deere, and we have, and that looks good. And we'll just take this around here, and I'll just stage it so that it'll be ready to go off camera, and I will do that before I call this day good. Now, looking at the weather forecast, because we've always got to do that, you always need to keep your eyes open on the weather forecast. We're looking good for tomorrow, Tuesday, partly cloudy. We've got some rain on Wednesday, but you know, all we're really doing right now is planting, and that's really what our main concerns and everything are. And instead of taking the slow walk around to the yard where our big case tractor and everything is, we'll jump in our trusty little Dodge here, get this fired up, and we'll drive around there because we can. So anyway, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Now, of course, by now you've probably realized that I have changed my YouTube release schedule from 6 episodes a week, which you were watching for a couple of weeks. You were watching 2 episodes of each of my 3 maps, 2 episodes of Tazewell County, 2 episodes of Midtown USA, and 2 episodes of Thornton Farm. I've had to change that to just one episode of each series per week, so 3 episodes a week, and I had to do that because I was about to lose my mind, and I was afraid that I was afraid that I might get burned out, or I was afraid that I was just, between everything else that I have going on, including work, my family life, which obviously is just my wife and I, but still, we've got a lot of stuff going on. And I think if you are a member of my Discord server, you might have seen I posted some before and after pictures of our fireplace project. So that is all done and dusted, as they say, and we're kind of planning for the next project that is going to be coming up on President's Day weekend, which I think is, I don't know when that is actually. Let's see if I can look that up on the calendar. I think it is the 19th, Monday the 19th, so that's a long 3-day weekend for me. And my wife and I are planning on doing a little bit more tile work that weekend, and it will probably consist of, after I take the parking brake off, it will probably consist of ripping out tile in our entranceway and then retiling that with the same style tile that we used in on the fireplace. So I'm going to try to do that the entire weekend. It's not a very big area. I think it's probably about maybe 8 foot by 5 or 6 feet or so. So I think it'll go pretty quick. I think the demo will go fairly quick, and then I believe that the tiling and everything will also go fairly quick. So let's see if we can get around to our field that we want to go over to. I don't think, let's see, field number 3, I don't think field number 3 has anything planted in it, so we can drive over it, and we're going to head over to field number 10 and field number 4 and go ahead and get those cultivated in. This will pretty much, I think, let's just double check this again. I think 4 and 10 will pretty much get us out of the cultivation business once these are done. Everything will be cultivated, everything is already plowed, everything will be cultivated, and then we'll just have 5 fields, I think it is, or maybe 4 fields to plant in soybeans. So we've made pretty good progress, is what I'm trying to say, and yeah, I'm pleased with everything that we've managed to get done here on the farm. It's been great having both of the boys back here on the farm. Of course, it's great to have our families and everything here in Tazewell County with us and everything as well. And really just glad to be farming again here on this wonderful, wonderful map. And so I'm very appreciative of to have the opportunity to play this. As far as I know, and I did not look today, but I did look just a couple of days ago, it has not been released yet. So hopefully maybe by the time you're actually watching this episode, which I think is probably going to be, I think you're actually going to be watching this episode on President's Day, on the 19th of February. So hopefully it will be out by then. I'm not sure why the delay. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I'm sure that it's just all down to Giants and everything, getting everything going. So we will choose to back up here and lift instead of tearing down our neighbor's fence post there. I'm sure they will not like that if we were to actually do that. I was kind of talking and should have been doing a better job watching where I was going, but that's just me. So I'm assuming that you guys have seen the news or heard the news about FarmSim 19. FarmSim 19, there was some early pictures that came out in the last few hours that I saw today. Daggerwind put out a kind of a short video. Let me get this thing straightened up here. So that it looks like I'm not driving while intoxicated. So Daggerwind put out a short video. There's been some other discussions going on some of the various Discord servers that I am a member of, and it looks like that Giants, there's no date yet or anything, but they have pretty much confirmed the existence of FarmSim 19, or at least the future existence of FarmSim 19. They have demoed it, or have been showcasing it, or at least having a booth set up at some sort of expo thing that's taking place somewhere in Europe, I guess, maybe Germany. And anyway, there's FarmSim 19 is on the wall. They've changed the logo up just a little bit. There is a horse, a full-size horse prop that is in the booth, and there appears to be some chickens. Now, not sure what the importance of the chickens necessarily are, because at least as long as I've been playing the game, and again, my history goes back to FarmSim 15. We've had chickens in the game, chickens that produce eggs, and of course with FarmSim 15 we had fattened chickens that could be included as part of mods and that sort of stuff. I haven't really seen any of the fattening animal type mods and stuff on maps as of yet for FarmSim 17. Now that's not to say that there aren't any. I just have not seen them. They've not been sort of a part of any of the maps that I have been playing. I think possibly by this particular point in time of where we are with FarmSim 17 as it related to FarmSim 15, I was already playing maps like States and Graceland that had fattened cows and fattened pigs and fattened chicken opportunities on it, and so again, most likely those things do exist for 17. It's just that I'm not really in tune with those maps that's going on, and to be quite honest, I'm content with kind of what we have here, and of course we'll be keeping my ears open and my eyes open and everything for everything that might be coming out about 19. And as I said before, maybe just a few episodes ago, I was kind of speculating and talking and thinking that, you know, we're probably going to be in that window of opportunity where we might start hearing some things about FarmSim 19, and lo and behold, today is February the 7th as I'm recording this episode for you all. We're already starting to hear or see our first bit of information about it. So a lot of folks that I've seen in social media and everything are basically, you know, sort of saying that, well, FarmSim 19 is confirmed and all that kind of stuff. As far as I'm concerned, I think, you know, FarmSim 19 has been confirmed even going back as far as a year and a half ago or so, just based on history, that Giants typically releases a new version of FarmSim every other year, and that usually comes out in the October time frame. So as far as I was concerned, unless Giants was planning on either A, going out of business, and I don't think that's the case, or B, they were planning on perhaps maybe skipping a release so that they could perhaps concentrate on bigger and better functionality, perhaps updating their game engine, that sort of thing, and they would need that amount of development time to be able to do that. I more or less expected FarmSim 19 to come out right on schedule, and that's still the case as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, that's just me. So anyway, again, I appreciate everyone watching. I'm really just thankful that everyone is so that the channel continues to grow and you guys continue to enjoy the videos and comment in the videos and everything. That just makes it all worthwhile for me, because I really I do this mainly for my own enjoyment and for the enjoyment of you all. So that's why I do this, and I'm just very glad to have you guys on board, and of course I'm looking forward to learning more about FarmSim 19, and hopefully in due time we'll all know more stuff together. Not real sure what the horses mean. Again, it was just a photograph, was more or less I think the only thing that we have to go on, and maybe, you know, you'll be raising Maybe there's opportunities to raise horses. Now in Farm Sim 15, again going back to that map, or going back to that version of this popular franchise, there was on the Oklahoma map, there was the ability to raise horses, and that was kind of the awesome money-making opportunity for that map, was raising horses. You could start off by just owning a few, buying a few horses and raising those, fattening those up, and turning around and selling those for quite a chunk of change. And that was a nice money-making opportunity, because obviously up to that point it was that, you know, producing silage and compost and that kind of stuff was how we kind of made our fortunes in Farm Sim 15. But anyway, I know I've in the past I've talked about kind of my hopes and everything for Farm Sim 19. I'm gonna not really make any comments about that right now, because I think it's still so very early to tell. I'm just, you know, sort of glad that we are starting to hear about 19 coming out now. And again, I really hope that they do sort of the same thing that they did with 17, whereas we will start seeing a lot of screenshots, a lot of blog posts from Giants, a lot of more detailed information that will be coming out about some of the features and functionality and the equipment, and maybe some sneak peeks of the, you know, the first maps and so on and so forth. So anyway, let's see what else is going on in the sim world. Well, you know, again, because I haven't been playing very much, and because I have been focused on a lot of other things that's been going on in my life for the last 7 to 10 days or so, I haven't really taken a lot of time to sort of research other things. I've been playing a little bit of ATS and ETS2. Now, when I say that I haven't played Farm Sim for 7 to 10 days, it doesn't mean that I have been completely vacant from my simulation gaming activities. I have been playing ATS and ETS2, been doing some flight sim, some stuff like that, and I think that it's just, you know, for me, because I was playing Farm Sim so much, I just kind of wanted to, you know, kind of force myself, and that's really what it was. I wasn't burned out, I wasn't anything like that, but I was just kind of protecting myself in a way, because I didn't want to get burned out, and I sort of felt like, well, I had been playing it so much, not only getting this map ready and getting this map up to a place to where I could, you know, start really crunching out some videos and everything, but also with Midtown USA, because we're finally in the harvest and having fun doing that. And so anyway, I just kind of said, all right, I've got a good buffer of videos, I've got plenty of videos, and I'm going to go ahead and scale things back. And even though I normally like to tell you all about that before I actually start changing the schedules around and stuff like that, it just kind of worked out to where that it needed to be done when I did it, and that's how all that worked out. And well, I'm sure you all understand. I know the majority of my fans, my friends, fully understand, and I think they would rather just see that you know, I was putting out content on a regular basis, not necessarily demanding 6 episodes a week or an episode a day or whatever. I think they're just glad to see that I have some videos coming out every now and again. And plus, I think, honestly, and this is me honestly speaking here, I think that me producing 6 episodes a week was too much content for you all to consume, as well as consuming all the other stuff that you watch on YouTube. And I make, you know, I don't pretend that I'm the only YouTube channel that the majority of you folks watch. I hope that you're watching my other friends like Farmer Klein and Eustace Pharmer and Duckzorly, etc. But I putting out 6 episodes a week, 1 episode almost every day. I know you guys have other stuff to watch, and I certainly you know, never expect that you'll watch everything and watch every minute, every second and everything. I'm thankful for those of you that do, as I'm probably going to take that fence post out there. So let's lift up our cultivator and back up correctly here. So that is just sort of that, and it is a little bit odd because I haven't played in a while. I think I'm a little rusty. I'm kind of maybe not as rusty as I was when I was coming off of that long hiatus in September, October kind of time frame, but I think I am just slightly rusty on everything that I need to do and the things I need to talk about, and this tractor wiggling around with this cultivator is kind of making it hard for my camera to stay where I can sort of see what it's going to do, but we'll just try to make the best of it here. And so these guys here are our neighbors. We have over the years we have purchased their fields from them, and they don't farm, at least this way, anymore. They do have some animals, and we may occasionally sell some hay and stuff like that to them, or straw, but they are of course we may rip out their barn there. I think we'll just go ahead, and I tell you what, I am in dire need to have a little GPS help here. Let's get rid of that offset, and let's slide this over, and I'll just make a straight shot down this direction and then come up and clean this up off camera like that, and let's go. So what are you guys doing? What, again, you know, because it's been a little while since I have played, I know that my release schedule and everything obviously changed. I think it's been about 2 weeks now that I've been back on this 3 episode a week schedule, and quite honestly, I think for now, that's what you're more or less gonna expect from me for the next, at least the next few weeks, because I do have a trip that's coming up in the near future, and that will take away from my ability to record and everything on a regular basis. So I will try to build up a little bit of a stockpile of videos for you, just so that I can continue a 3-day release schedule. But we will just kind of have to see how that goes. And let's slide this over just a little bit here and get locked back in. Also, my wife and I, just this last weekend, as a matter of fact, we booked our flights to Europe. This late summer, early fall will be, will actually be, well, I think we'll be actually back before the official fall season starts, but we will be leaving in late August and getting back in, so spend the last week of August and the first week of September in Europe. We'll spend a week in Belgium visiting my wife's family, and then spend a week in England, in the southeast part of England, in the county of Kent, there on vacation. That is sort of our vacation. Obviously we enjoy spending time with family and everything, but I'm sure you all can relate that, you know, if you spend all of your vacation time with family, then it can kind of be well, it's not so much fun, obviously, and so that is our vacation, is when we go to England. And we fly from Denver to London, Heathrow, and then we transfer across London to London City Airport, and we then go to Antwerp, and we do all that basically in one day, and so on the way back is when we spend the time on the way back in England. So we've already acclimated to the time zone, and, you know, lack of sleep and all that kind of stuff, and that kind of helps with our vacation portion of the trip, because again, the time that we spend in England is technically our vacation. That's when we're away from all members of the family, and it's just my wife and I, and we usually make a day trip into London, We've got a bed and breakfast that we have stayed at for probably 4 or 5 times now. We've been doing this this sort of vacation schedule for probably 12 years now, and we go over every other year. So maybe, let's see, maybe this is our 6th time to stay in this bed and breakfast, and so we know the people that own it quite well, and it's a very nice place, and so we sort of use that as our hub, our base, and we will make a day trip into London and see some sites, some sites that we haven't maybe seen before, or maybe some sites that we might choose to want to see again. So that's always an option for us. I mean, I quite honestly will never tire of seeing things like the Tower of London and Westminster Abbey and places like that. And of course, I don't think those are on the agenda for this particular year in London, because we kind of did those a year and a half ago. Again, I think it made the 3rd time or something that I had been in the Tower of London. Yeah, there are a few other things that we want to do in London this particular trip, and of course we'll spend some time just really relaxing in the English countryside. If you now, of course, Thornton Farm is situated in the Cotswolds portion of England, and I have been in that region before. That's not where this is. For those of you that live in the UK, that live in England, basically where my wife and I stay is in a town called Tunbridge Wells. It's in Kent, again, sort of in the southeast of England, and very nice. Kent is often referred to as the Garden of England, and so it's the weather and everything is very nice, typically, and quite lush and all that kind of stuff. And so we will, I think we're planning on taking a day trip also down to Dover to check out Dover Castle and a few other things in that particular region. And again, it's just kind of all about having fun, and I'm sure that I will fill you all in as we get a little bit closer to the trip with more itinerary plans and things like that. And of course, we'll be gone for 2 weeks, so I don't really know. Again, I will do my best to try to make sure that there are videos that will come out on a fairly regular basis, but again, I will not be playing Farm Sim 17 unless I can convince Mike to allow me to come over and play and record, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't live anywhere near Tunbridge Wells. So anyway, we're coming up, as I glance over and look at my timer, we're on about 27 minutes, so I will start wrapping things up and just say that it has been a joy to be back in Farm Sim 17 here this fine day. And again, this is Sunday, and of course, farmers often work 7 days a week, and this is no exception. I wanted to get these kind of things done so that tomorrow, when both Billy Bob and Jack come back to work, then we'll be ready to go in getting our soybeans, or at least start planting our soybeans, and maybe in the next game day or so, we probably will need to do a little bit of mowing because, well, we need to keep our grass cut, and then we just need to probably take a look at our crop conditions with both our wheat and our corn at this particular point in time, and also look at making sure that we've got all 3 levels of fertilization going, all that kind of stuff, and of course keeping our animals fed and watered, and those kind of tasks. Those are things that we've got to do those things all the time. So it's all part of our day's work here on the farm, and it's a joy to have the opportunity to simulate the life of a farmer. Farmers are so important to us, and if for folks that don't play this game, they probably don't understand just how important farmers are to not only our country, the US of A, but to the world. Without farmers, well, we don't eat, and yeah, we can run the risk of eating some of that artificial plastic rice stuff that rumor has it comes out of China. if we want to do that. But you know, we need farmers, and I think playing this game and enjoying this game like we all do, because if you're watching this channel, I'm pretty sure, or if you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure that you play this game, you enjoy this game, etc. And because of that, you understand the importance of farming, because again, without it, without farmers, simply we don't eat. And I don't know about you, but I do not care to take my chances with plastic rice. So I enjoy the good old wholesome veg and fruits and obviously meats and stuff like that that our farmers and our ranchers and everything provide to us. So with full respect to them, to our farmers, thank you for doing that. Thank you for farming. And I will say to the rest of you, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and hope you're getting accustomed to the new schedule. And my apologies for not being able to talk about that maybe in advance to making that change, but I just felt like it was something that I needed to do to keep myself healthy, and the channel healthy, and my videos and everything healthy. So I will be doing what I need to do to be able to at least be able to put out a video a week of each of the 3 maps that I'm playing, until such time that we can wrap up Thornton Farm, which obviously is in the plans to do that. And I will just go ahead and take the opportunity from here to say thank you again for watching. God bless you all, and please make sure that you check out all the folks that I have listed down below. The video there down below, Farmer Klein, Eustace Pharmer, Duckzorly, Reefy 1952, etc. Check out their channels, go over and subscribe to them. And if you're first time visiting those channels and you've learned about those channels from me, please let them know that I sent you, and tell them I said hello, and enjoy their content. Also, make sure that you check out the forum communities, PCSG, as well as the 3 Dudes Gaming Network. Those links are all listed down below. And I'm going to wrap up the cultivation here of this field number 10. This basically concludes our cultivation needs for now. And then go over and feed and water, feed the cows and water the cows and the pigs, and that way those tasks are done for a couple of days. And then the next episode, most likely, we will start planting soybeans, and then of course we'll do a few other things here and there on the farm as we continue to work our way through late spring into early summer. So without further ado, thank you for watching the Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel. Thank you for watching Tazewell County episode number 9. And I will see you the next time here on Tazewell County, or Thornton Farm, or Midtown, USA. God bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye.